Welcome back, everyone. JAYBONE here for Smash This Podcast. Oh my goodness. On a Wednesday, we are talking some Dynamite at the Crossroads. Some AEW folks. Got some people in the chat here already. Oh man, Trent's in the chat. Oh my goodness, I've been off of social media all day. Trent just dropping that bit of very sad news in the chat. Wow. Rest in peace, Jim Crockett Jr. My goodness, quite the promoter back in the day. Wow. I did hear something recently about him being very ill. Oof. That's a big one, folks. That's a big one. A lot of history with that name. A lot of history. But hey, as you know, what we do when we get into this, we smash that like button, we smash that sub button, we ring that bell for notifications. If you're on the Twitch, you can cheer bits, you can sub, you can follow, you can gift subs, you can do all that stuff. And I am in the midst of researching stuff for a Patreon for Smash This Podcast. So look for that over the course of the next month. I'm going to start putting it together. Might be doing something a little different with some merch. It's going to be a work in progress, folks. It's going to be a work in progress. So just hang tight. So as we get into this tonight, we're going to crack a cold one. We got something a little different here. We got this. It's called C4. Heard a lot of positive things about this. Zero sugar, super brain performance fuel. Hey, maybe I'll have to drink this more often, right? Right, Trent? Peach mango. All right. That is tasty. Absolutely. All right, just want to silence my phone here, make sure I don't get anything disturbing me. All right, so if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see, and I don't put a lot on Twitter. I do a lot of likes, I do a lot of retweets. I don't put a lot of original content on social media in general. Usually it's either something about me personally, or something about some family stuff, or it's me promoting this, Smash This Podcast. But if you saw it earlier today, I did share something. Let's do a little shopping around with Mrs. JAYBONE. And, JAYBONE does not get out much lately. I usually hit the store about once a month if I'm lucky. And I hadn't been to my old stomping grounds. I used to work at Walmart a long time ago. It's going on. Going on. It's been about 10 years now since I worked there. My God. Almost 10 years. But anyways, a lot of crazy memories. So they carry the AEW figures. And every time I've gone to a Walmart, I go looking, for said figures. And I never find any. Well, today, JAYBONE hit the jackpot. JAYBONE hit the jackpot. There was 3 left. I got 2 out of the 3. And what do you know? Boom. We got Matt Jackson. We got Nick Jackson. We've got the Young Bucks. How about that? Crazy, hey? So, yeah, I've been looking for, these or Moxley or Hangman or Pentagon, any of those. And this is actually and I didn't look that close at the back yet. This is actually from Series 3. Now, the other one I saw there was Riho, and I didn't want to be greedy, so I left Riho. And I'm a fan of Riho, but I really wanted the Young Bucks, whether it was from Series 1 or this one. I really wanted. So, yeah, I'm really stoked about this. So yeah, these are gonna go up on the wall. These are gonna be proudly displayed. And even look at it, even the backs of these. Just take a look at the backs of these. Look amazing. Got some in-ring shots there, from the first. And it's in ring from when they were wearing the merch, so that's appropriate, of course. So there you go. The packaging is great, and these look good. They're not all banged up. Sometimes you look at merch in the store and it looks like garbage. No, these are in really good shape. They're shiny. They're not scuffed up or bent. I mean, there's tiny little imperfections here, but I mean that's damn near mint. These are beautiful. So, and speaking of merch, want to remind you guys. Now, granted, it's not merch from me, but I wonder because I'm not with PWTs. But TNI has a big sale going on. Merch Madness, Merch Madness, 20% off at PWTs. Oh, excuse me. Go get yourself some TNI merch, 20% off. Brand new white shirt with the brand new logo. Nice, clean looking. It's beautiful. That's courtesy of Josh Paxton. He designed that one for us. And I think I'm going to give him a holler soon and see if he wants to help me design some more stuff for me, because I'm going to be working on some new stuff, folks. You just hold on to your butts. Hold on to your butts. We're going to be working on bandanas. That's right. Bandanas. We're going to be working on some pins. We're going to be working on new shirts. We're going to be working on all sorts of new stuff for Smash This podcast. So just hang on to your butts, folks. Hang on to your butts. Mark says he hasn't watched Dynamite yet, but let's go. Well, let me tell you, you are going to enjoy this one. This one was a loaded one. It was a banger, if you will. This is the go-home show for Revolution. And I got to say, oh, damn, that's tasty. I got to say, this was decent. This covered all the bases. This really did. And if somebody wasn't on the show, they at least did some kind of promo for it. Namely, like Kenny Omega and Moxley. I know there would be some people that would be like, well, they should have been on the show tonight. They're the headliner. Well, we've been getting a lot of Kenny and a lot of Moxley. So, and you want the rest of the card to shine as well, and it's understandable. So they did have a good promo tonight, but I want to address something first, and I want the chat to light up on this, okay? And there's no wrong answers here. Well, I mean, obviously there'd be some goofy ones if you come up with something. And I'm going to kind of just go out of order here for a minute. Then we'll go through matches and results and stuff. Something that's going to cause a lot of this go. I'll get into that, Mark. He says, how was Shaq? We'll get into that because that was actually the first match. And that was smart. That was There was a lot of hype behind this. Whether you wanted to see it or not, there was a lot of hype. Okay, so we'll get into that. Hang on. So, Big Show made his TV debut tonight. That was pretty big. But Paul White, if you will, came out with a new t-shirt, new merch, of course. New to the roster, gotta get that hot new merch. Said, no more BS. BS as in Big Show. So no more BS. I love it. I love it. It's pretty cool. And then below it says Paul White on it in small lettering. So he comes out there with Tony, and they're plugging the new show. And he said he can't be happier to be on board with AEW. And, because he probably feels like he has a lot more to give. He's the healthiest he's been in the last 20 plus years. He's lost a lot of weight. I mean, Paul White has abs now. Jiminy Christmas. I don't even know where my abs are. Paul White has motherfucking abs. Can you believe that? Just sick. Like, he came out tonight with his shirt tucked in. You could tell there's abs underneath that shirt. I was like, Jiminy Christmas. What's going on here? Big Show has abs. It's kind of like Monster Squad. Wolfman's got nards. Same thing, only different. So he tells Tony, there's a throwback for you. He tells Tony, and he's got that Tony's not the only one with the scoops. There's that word, Mark, the scoop. Everybody's using it now. Tony's not the only one with the scoops. And Big Show said he's going to show up and they're going to sign someone who is Hall of Fame worthy to a contract Sunday night at Revolution. Someone brand new to the roster. So I want to hear you guys, whether you're watching this live or after the fact, light up the comments. Let me know who you think it is. Now, that's a pretty generic thing to say. I mean, that's pretty vague. Hall of Fame worthy. You could look across several different brands in wrestling over the last several decades and say, well, this guy's Hall of Fame worthy, or this person, or maybe this team is Hall of Fame worthy, or whatever. And see, that's what I was thinking. There's a lot of people that are probably going to look to maybe some hardcore legends. Who knows? Excuse me. Critical Sting says Swoggle, obviously. Oh, jeez. You're so goofy. There's a few. Okay, there's a few in here that say RVD. Okay, there's one for Punk. The only thing additional that he said to this was, it's not who you think it is. So I don't know what that is assuming, as if everyone assumes it's finally going to be CM Punk coming back to wrestling. Honestly, I think he's eventually actually going to sign with Vinnie Mac. I'm not going to put money on that, but I mean, he's got a bank full of money he could throw at CM Punk now and bring him back for whatever. I'm just saying. I mean, Tony's got money too, but who knows? Yeah, who knows? Swag fan, I wonder if it's female. Oh, it certainly could be. It certainly could be. I don't think... I don't know. I don't know. The first one I thought of was RVD, but he's also working with the WWE right now on some projects. So that tells me no, I don't think he would do that, but I don't know. I really don't know. Cena, well, he's had a hell of a career dating back almost 20 years now. Do you think about it? I don't know. Alundra Blaze, well, she's shown up for like women's events, didn't she? She showed up. She handed out the first women's tag team. What the hell was that? The medals, I don't know, trophies, whatever they were called. I don't know. So yeah, let me know in the chat. There's no right or wrong answer here. Just want to bounce it off you guys. See what you think. But this was an action-packed show. I mean, even -1 got in on the action. It's crazy. Codebreaker says that one-legged wrestler VKM wrestled. Oh God. I don't know about that, but hey, you never know. All right. So Swag fan says, I think Cena is still loyal to Vinny's contract or not. Yeah, I have no clue what Cena's contract even is right now. He's making movies. He can't even do anything in the US right now because he's shooting stuff out of country right now. So Batista. Oh, I don't know. I think it's someone that's not in the Hall of Fame. Because Batista's in the Hall of Fame. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to spend too much more time on this, but Mean Marq. No, well, I think he's under contract with Vinnie Mac for life. All right, let's jump into this. AEW Dynamite, the Crossroads. Season 3, Episode 9 starts out hot. I actually enjoyed this. And I know I was, here's that word again, critical. I was critical of this one because I was not excited for this. Because I didn't feel like the promotion of this match really stood out. When they showed, I mean, we don't have to see Cody Rhodes getting ready for this match. I don't think they even showed Red Velvett getting ready for this match. They did, however, show clips of Shaq and Jade like shooting basketballs around. And I was like, okay, I don't want to see that. Now, granted, Jade may have come from a basketball background. At least I think she had. Don't quote me on that. I believe she came from the WNBA. Shaq is one of the most, like, whether you like the idea of Shaq in a ring or not, I'll say this. He is one of the most well-known, worldwide well-known athletes all over the planet. I mean, you see Shaq, you know who he is. And don't say a rapper because that would just be bad. So yeah, he's done some movies and stuff, but he's known for being one of the icons of basketball history, another level of, you could say, sports entertainment. So he showed up, and damn, I mean, the guy's just a monster. His arms are like this big. His hand is like, half the size of my chest. When he slapped Cody in this match, oh my God. You didn't need like a microphone and, you didn't need any amplification. Just oh my God. Just, you know that Cody's chest was going to cave in. I'll say this. I'll say this about Shaq. I mean, this was a mixed tag match. This was Cody and Red Velvet. Excuse me. Cody and Red Velvet versus Shaq and Jade Cargill. And this was also Jade's in-ring debut, as far as I know. I was impressed, especially with Jade. And for what Shaq did in the ring, I mean, he's a big guy, so he's not going to move like lightning. It was slow. They told a story. And I got to say, I was impressed with what I saw of him. Now, do I want to see him in the ring like every week? No. Shaq is an attraction, like a few other people are in this industry. Industry. Guys like Brock Lesnar, he's an attraction. Guys like Goldberg, he's an attraction. You're not going to see them wrestle every day, every night. So are we going to see Shaq probably a few more times in AEW? Maybe. And I'm not going to say this stole the show, but for what it's worth, I was impressed. He took some bumps. He kicked ass. He did what he was supposed to do in the ring. And the guy took a hell of a bump. Cody ended up putting him through 2 tables. Now, granted, it was 2 tables because he's a massive guy. The guy's over 7 feet tall. He's 7'1". You need 2 tables to put this big guy through. Because if you put him through just 1 table, it's not very impressive. You put him through 2 tables, all right, now we're talking. That's eye-catching. But he sold the hell out of that. He didn't move. He didn't move until like a couple minutes later. Like he rolled his head a little bit. But that was great. That was great. And then Jade Cargill ended up getting the pin on Red Velvet. And what's crazy is the footage later, they ended up loading Shaq into the ambulance, and Tony was there. He gets out of the ambulance, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna see if anybody's gonna ride with him." Or he was saying something to referencing someone in the ambulance, and then opens up the door, and the camera looks, and Shaq is gone. Shaq disappeared. What is going on? What kind of, like, when I think of Shaq, I know he's like a big guy. He's going to be a brawler style, just hard hitting. But I don't think of like supernatural stuff when I think of Shaq. Is that, dare I say, he used some Shaq foo to get out of that ambulance? Do you think that's what it was? How did he disappear? What's going on with Shaq? I don't get it. There's got to be some kind of follow-up to that. No, it was 2 tables lined up next to each other. It wasn't like 2 separate table bumps. So, Bell's Boy says that table didn't have a chance. Those tables really did explode. Bell's Boy also says Shaq turned into Kazam. That's why he disappeared from the ambulance. LOL. Kazam, is that where he was the genie? I didn't see any of those. I'll be honest. I mean, I've seen them, I've seen trailers and stuff and clips, but I've never seen them. Give me another Def Jam game. Oh, jeez. Was that the one with all the rappers? Oh my goodness. Was he in that? I never played it. That's crazy. Yes, JAYBONE was the genie. Okay. Bad movie. All right. Oh, that's too funny. Eric Travis dropping some names here. CM Punk, Ricky Steamboat. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Whatever it is, if Big Show's bringing someone in, I'm sure it's going to be a big name. So we'll see. We'll see. We just got to wait till Sunday, folks. And for those that came in a little later, thanks for joining us tonight. We're running down AEW, Dynamite, the Crossroads. And just to let you know, I'm not doing predictions tonight. We're going to save that for Friday. Mark and I are going to do them Friday afternoon, 2 Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. So middle of the afternoon on Friday. Kick off your weekend early. That's when we're going to be doing them. So, no, Mark, I hope to God it's not Cornette. I don't think anybody wants that guy. But, hey, loaded with great historical facts. The guy's an encyclopedia for historical stuff, as we've seen on several different documentaries in the past. I don't want to see him anywhere near current wrestling. And you know that he can't stand most of the people from this roster anyway. So I'm pretty sure you meant that as a joke. But damn, Mark, come on. You big goof. All right. So yeah, like I said, for what it was worth, I liked the mixed tag match. Shaq did what he was supposed to do out there. It was slow, methodical. He kicked ass and took a big ass bump. Crazy. Next, we got quite the squish match, if you will. Phoenix and PAC take care of John Skyler and D3. We didn't even see D3's face. He got kicked off the canvas and hit the floor, got back up, he hit the floor again. John Skyler was in a ring for a minute. They just destroyed him. It was crazy. John Skyler is a good wrestler, though. I've seen him on the indies. In fact, I saw him a couple times before, I think. Now, this goes back. Every once in a while, I'll reference this. Back when I used to watch Flow Slam, and they did a ton of international indies and stuff like that and featured a lot of different things. I'm pretty sure I saw him in a few different rivalries on Flow Slam. And that goes back between 3 to 4 years now. So to see him get a chance in this brand, I'm sure he'll slowly work his way up. The guy's a good talent. I just haven't seen him in a while because, well, there hasn't been a lot of indies being featured around, you know. Filet says they didn't even say the D3 name. Well, they said, well, they didn't like show the names in the, you know, down in the lower tier. They didn't do that, but I'm pretty sure they at least mentioned his name once, because that's the only reason why I got his name. Because if they didn't, I wouldn't have seen who the heck it was. Because they didn't, like I said, they didn't even show his face. So, but yeah. Yeah, this was short, extremely short. Next we get now this was entertaining. We got MJF and Jericho with the rest of the inner circle minus Sammy Guevara, of course, because he's gone. And they're doing a press conference leading into this Sunday, because they're going for the tag titles, the Young Bucks. And And yeah, these guys are going back and forth with the different people that are out there. Bar something radio, some guys. Conrad Thompson was out there. They kicked his ass out. They just chewed him up and spit him out. It was hilarious because he mentioned Sammy, like, hey, all right, the fighting's over. What do you think? You bring him back? And they told him to get the hell out of Dodge. Eric Bischoff was out there. And there's a few other names I didn't catch. But then the Young Bucks come out and they chew the rest of their rear ends off, and then they super kick them and they start fighting. Brandon Cutler comes out there, and then the Good Brothers come out through the tunnels and they bring some tables, and they end up putting help the Young Bucks put Santana and Ortiz through some tables. So we'll see. Hopefully that'll help even the odds a little bit going into this Sunday, because obviously you got the inner circle. You got a lot of guys out there. So we'll see what happens. It should be some great tag team action nonetheless. I'm a little worried, not going to lie. The Young Bucks have some competition, but I'm confident they'll keep their AEW tag team titles. So, what's next here? FTR. This was crazy. This had a serious overload of old school written all over it, folks. You had FTR with Tully Blanchard returning to in-ring competition. Now that's special. Now he didn't do too much in here. He kind of looked kind of blown up. And I'm not going to crap all over him. The guy's an icon. And he came out with the original United States Championship. And that's not all, folks. That's not all. He came out with his old manager, J.J. Dillon. Oh, my God. Talk about some serious Four Horsemen vibes. Wow. Serious Four Horsemen vibes. Oh, man. Bell's point. J.J. Dillon for Jiminy Christmas. Yes. Jiminy Christmas. J.J. Dillon. Oh, man. Versus Jurassic Express, Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marko Stunt. And this was a good match. This was a lot of fun. A lot of hard-hitting action. These guys didn't hold back one bit. And for the stuff that Tully did, he looked pretty good for his age. I don't know I don't know how old he is. I'm gonna guess 60s. Someone look that up for me, please, while I keep yapping here. If someone could please inform me as to how old Tully Blanchard is. All right, we continue. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I was not gonna lie, I was a little worried. They bring these old guys back. It's like, oh man, what are they gonna do? But he's actually been in the ring helping FTR with some of their finishers lately. So he's jumping off of turnbuckles and stuff. It's like, man, this guy can still move. He did one of his classic springboard suplexes in the ring tonight. 67. Thank you, Filet. Bell's boy, thank you. Man, 67 and taking bumps. And he took some bumps tonight. He took a side swipe kick from Luchasaurus. My God. Unbelievable. Mark says, maybe it's you guys are still guessing as far as who's coming in. Maybe it's Kevin Von Erich. I think it's Ric Flair. No, I'm kidding. Woo! Man, and what's interesting is at the end of the match, well, I shouldn't get too far ahead of myself. The FTR and Tully Blanchard with JJ Dillon at ringside got the win here. One of the cameramen ends up getting involved, and when the ref's back is turned, takes a few cheap shots at Jurassic Express, and then later reveals himself after the win. Shawn Spears has returned. Now this is interesting. He's gone completely like off the grid. I don't think he's done anything on social media. They took him off the roster page just prior to Brody Lee's passing, and not a whole lot was said about it. I tried looking up stuff and I couldn't find nothing. But the only thing he said audibly or visually, whatever, on TV was that he's stepping away for a while. So maybe he had some personal business to take care of, but he came back. He's like fully shaved. He's got like a blonde mohawk. I was like, wow, fresh look. He's back, looks mean. They are all, embraced each other at the end out there with JJ Dillon. Could this be a revival of the Four Horsemen? Even Arn Anderson came out of the other tunnel and was, kind of doing this, stroking the old beard, just checking stuff out. Gave a little, four symbol to the gang from where he was standing. So I think he responded in kind. I don't think he was upset. I'd have to watch it again, but I don't think he's angry about this. We might see a shakeup in the Cody crew here. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Arn Anderson is going to turn his back on Cody and go join the other team and help coach? I don't know. Arn Anderson's son is also in Dustin's school, I believe. Now, I haven't heard anything about him, but, man, he looks like a chip off the old block. So we'll see where this goes. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, Shawn Spears back with the crew, and it's good to see him back. I liked him. It kind of felt like he was a little lost in the mix, and a little lost in the shuffle before. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Maybe this will be a fresh start for him. Maybe give him a little more direction. Who knows? We'll see. All right, what's next here? And then we got what I brought up earlier. And by all means, folks, keep dropping some ideas in the chat as we go on with this. Tony Schiavone is out there with Paul White promoting the show coming up in was that a couple weeks? March 15th? Something. I forget when that starts. I believe it starts in 2 weeks. 2 Mondays from now. Excuse me. And says he's got a surprise for everybody on Sunday, that he's bringing someone in, going to sign him can assign him to AEW, someone Hall of Fame worthy. So, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, keep dropping those ideas in the chat. Let me know what you think. Then we got hell of a women's match here. Now, this is the finals in the women's Eliminator tournament to find a number one contender for Hikaru Shida this Sunday at Revolution. And they actually had a cup out there for the winner of the tournament, which was actually pretty cool. Pretty cool. It wasn't just, you know, hey, you're number one contender, raise your hand and yay. No, there was actually a cup at the end of this tournament. They showed it off at the side of the entranceway, the stage. So that's pretty cool. Nice looking cup too. I mean, it doesn't hold a key to the old boned up cup that's sitting over there yonder in my office, but no, I'm kidding. No, that cup looked pretty good. Looked pretty good. So oh, the names that are getting dropped in the chat here. This is crazy. Lots of different opinions. That's okay. Bring them all. It's all right. No, like I said, no one's right, no one's wrong. Just keep it nice. Keep it nice. You know, everyone's allowed their opinions. Everyone's allowed their guesses. So, oh man, Nyla Rose versus. We're gonna try to get this right. I'm gonna try not to botch this, folks. Ryo Mizunami. Is that right? Ryo Mizunami. And I love this. This was great. This was two, you know, bigger size women going at it and just slugging it out. And, yeah, a lot of fun. Just beat the hell out of each other. And they said that Mizunami was actually on they say the first, was it the first televised show or was it the first pay-per-view that they did? I think it was the first pay-per-view. And I apologize, I don't remember what that was. But yeah, because that was back when they brought in just a ton of Japanese women. And that's very, obviously very difficult, right now with the way things are. Very interesting. Off the ringside area by the timekeeper's table, over where Justin, what was his name? Justin Roberts, over where Justin Roberts sits, right around the time of the pin, when Ryo pinned Nyla. I'll get back to the match in a minute. I noticed a face sitting at ringside, and I could have sworn it looked like B Priestley. I think that's her name. She also wrestles in Japan, and she used to be on the roster. It looked a lot. I could be wrong, but it looked a lot like her at ringside there. If I'm mistaken, that's fine. But I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder if they're bringing her in again. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to start any fake news. It just looked like her, you know. Bell's Boy says it was the first pay-per-view. Thank you. Oh, Double or Nothing. 6 women's tag match. That's it. Oh, here we go. Critical Sting says Mizunami, Kong, and Shida, Sakazaki, Ryo, and somebody else. Okay. I'll give you an A for effort on that one because I couldn't tell you what it was. Oh, man. So, yeah. Yeah, these two ladies just kicked the shit out of each other. It was great. Of course, Vickie Guerrero just screaming the hair off her head at ringside. Mrs. JAYBONE was actually sleeping very peacefully right up until this point. And as soon as Vickie Guerrero screamed, I slowly glanced over at Tracy, and her eyes kind of half opened as, you know, she almost had it was like a chill, a visible chill run through Mrs. JAYBONE as she heard Vickie Guerrero's shrill scream on TV. And I said, she's like, what the hell? And I'm like, yeah, your favorite's on TV. And so she kind of sat up and watched for a little bit, and just the look of disgust on Tracy's face. Oh my God. She does not like Vickie Guerrero. I had to, this is no lie. This is a shoot. One of the first dates that she and I went on was either SmackDown or Raw. I forget which one, but it was the one where Vickie Guerrero basically got booed out of the arena downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the old BMO Harris Bradley Center. Now the Pfizer Forum. It was built next door, brand new buildings, beautiful. Hope to go there someday. No time soon, though. But yeah, Vickie Guerrero in WWE at the time, she was with Ziggler, and Cena was out there too, and she gets just booed. It was absolutely deafening. We couldn't hear what she was saying on the mic because the crowd was so loud. It was crazy. And Tracy, I had to like sit her down. I was like, oh my God, this woman's crazy. I fell in love with her. I'm like, okay, that's it. She's visibly going, and she's getting out of her seat to go after Vickie Guerrero. I'm going to marry this woman someday. I'm like, no, sit down. So after that segment, after she was settled down, I jumped up out of my seat, ran out in the hallway. The merch booth was right there. I bought her a t-shirt and settled her down. So bought her a John Cena t-shirt. She appreciated that. And but yeah, she can't stand Vickie Guerrero. So little story time with JAYBONE. So yeah, excuse me. Great shit. But yeah, great match between Nyla Rose and Rio Mizunami here. And quite I'm going to call this an upset. I think they even call this an upset on TV as well. But Rio Mizunami won the match. So she's going to face Hikaru Shida on Sunday for the AEW women's title. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little shocked, but it makes sense. It's like, why would you have someone come over from Japan in the middle of a pandemic and not have them do something significant? So it makes sense. And Nyla's had a bunch of chances. So it's great to see. But Nyla looked great too. She did. I really feel like I was a little critical of her in the first year, but man, she's kicked ass. That match that she had a couple weeks ago with Britt Baker, was that last week or 2 weeks ago? Whenever it was recent. It was great match. So, all right. Yeah, quite the upset. So, your women's match for the AEW women's title is all set for Sunday. Next, we get Tony out there talking to Sting. Ricky Starks comes out, and he's Ricky Starks, as young as he is good on the mic, isn't he? He really is. I mean, he's damn near close to where MJF is, and I consider that quite the compliment. Yeah, then Cage comes out there to attack Sting. I can't think of the other guy that was out there with Hook. That other new member of Team Taz. I can't think of his name offhand. Powerhouse something. I forget what it is. So somebody light up the chat. Let me know what it is. Powerhouse was out there with Hook, and then Darby Allin came out there to help even the odds a little bit. But yeah, you had to get a little more. Will Hobbs. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone. Cage comes out, hurts himself. That was funny. But yeah, just a little last minute hype for the street fight that's going to go on. I'm excited about it. Sting looks like he's in pretty damn good shape. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm still a little worried. I'm not going to lie. But after seeing Tully in ring tonight, it put my mind at rest a little bit. Granted, he's older, but we'll see. We'll do predictions on Friday. We'll get everybody's opinions in there. We'll get Mark's opinion in there too. I can't wait to see what he says about this. I'm really curious. Now, next we get the was it the 5th out of 6 slots for the ladder match, the Face of the Revolution ladder match, and it's a chance to become number 1 contender for the TNT Championship. That's a mouthful right there. So the 3 that were announced first was Pentagon, Cody, and oh shoot, I forget the third guy. God, I'm just bombing tonight. It's a loaded card, folks. I'm sorry. But Lance Archer wrestled Phoenix last week for the fourth spot. And Scorpio Sky. Thank you. Scorpio Sky was on commentary tonight. Thank you. Scorpio Sky was the third guy announced, the first 3. And then tonight, for the 5th spot, you've got number 10 of the Dark Order out there against Platinum. I love this. Platinum Max Caster. So I tell you, every time I see this guy out there, I love him even more. Dude, he is the perfect mix of obnoxious heel and old school rapper. I love it. The rhymes he spits, dude. They're funny. I love them. They're good. Because you know me, I get old school. So, I'm just laughing at the chat. But yeah, this is a good match. Of course, there's some shenanigans. Some people are getting paid here. Jack Evans got paid to take out number 10 with the boom box that Max Caster brought in, because they reminded everybody that was smart. Matt Hardy vowed to take out all of the Dark Order so that there would be no one to help Hangman Adam Page come this Sunday. So he's really getting inside the head of Hangman Adam Page here. It's becoming personal now, because these guys are friends. They're not, I don't think that you can call them just associates anymore. You can call them friends of Hangman. They've really been there for him through all this. He may not have joined them, but I got a feeling that may turn around by this Sunday. I have a feeling. We haven't seen the end of this story. But Jack Evans takes out number 10, hits him with the boombox, and Platinum Max Caster gets the win here. And let me tell you, it was not going his way for a good chunk of the match either. Number 10 was certainly on his way to get a slot in that Face of the Revolution match. Then, of course, at the end there, you see Matt Hardy at the tunnel giving Jack Evans an envelope with big money, written on it, some 4,000 whatever dollars, some odd cents. Crazy. RK says, could it be Sammy Guevara in the open spot for the ladder match? It could, but honestly, I feel like it's too early for him to come back. Like, you got to sell this. You really got to sell this. I mean, if he comes back, if he does come back this Sunday, I'm thinking he comes back and he screws Jericho and MJF to help the Young Bucks retain their tag team championships. That's how I'd book it. That's like the perfect end to the whole Sammy Guevara debacle with Inner Circle. But we'll see. Babyface Dark Order is excellent, Mark says. What a 180 from where they were at the end of 2019. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it really was different. They were trying to build something really sinister and evil, and now because of the passing of Brody Lee, it's taken a complete 180, and you can't help but love them because of who they represent. Wrestling's funny that way, isn't it, folks? So yeah, Platinum Max Caster gets the win here over 10. Shenanigans. We will see him take that 5th slot in the ladder match, the Face of the Revolution ladder match. And so who's the last slot, folks? I think that's going to be the surprise. I don't think they're going to announce that. We're going to find out at the pay-per-view, I think. And I don't think that's going to be the same one that's signing on Sunday. I think that's going to be different. I shouldn't, here's that word, I shouldn't assume, but I think it's going to be different. A lot of people are saying it could be Ethan Page. But he's been really quiet ever since he left Impact Wrestling. I don't know where he's going. Yeah, he put out that weird naked white background promo and hasn't done anything since. Not that I've seen. I haven't seen anything. And as far as I know, he was not in that latest class at the PC either, because that name would have been dropped in there along with Taya's as far as former Impact Wrestling people. So who knows? Though Anna Jay sadly is injured. I forgot what they said her injury was. It's something with her right arm. The footage came out. She should be out for a significant amount of time for a good chunk of the rest of the year, if anything, the rest of the year. It's a bummer. Because she was really, making a name for herself with that group. She's still in promos and stuff. Like, she's still part of BTE, getting some chuckles and stuff. But she's obviously not going to do anything physical. So we'll see. I did not hear what the injury was. Something with her arm. We'll see. Yeah, oh, sure. She'll bounce back. And she's surrounded by a great team of people. She will. She's young, folks. She'll bounce back. Hell yeah. All right, on to the main event here. It's like this show went so quick. All of a sudden, they're like, all right, we're at the main event. And I was like, whoa, we're at the main event. I started the show late, but shoulder injury? Okay, gotcha. So we got Matt Hardy and Marq Quen, one half of Private Party versus Johnny Hungy. John Silver with Hangman, Adam Page. This this episode was so loaded, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to this match, I'll admit. But this was a lot of fun. I mean, yeah, I've got some favorites in here. I still love Matt Hardy. He's playing a great heel right now, great heel mentor, manager type role, and his in-ring stuff is tremendous still. And one of my my newer favorites, honestly, with the company, that's and I've talked about this a little, someone that's really like become one of my top favorites in the company, honestly, Hangman Adam Page. Like just every time he's out there, man, these guys he's just killing it. He really is a star in this company. I mean, everybody's got their favorites, but man, this guy truly shines every time he's out there. And he's something. He's really something. So John Silver and Hangman Adam Page get the win here. It's all leading up to the big match coming up on Sunday, the big money match between Matt Hardy and Adam Page. So yeah, this one should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this one. Yeah, Quen is great, especially because he spells his name like Mark in the chat here. Filet says he needs to be world champ one day. He will be. I have absolutely no doubt. You know, it just wasn't his time when he was in that rivalry in the start of the company with Chris Jericho. You know, and that's because you need a big name to really kick things off. You know, when the company is in its infancy, you need that star power. You know. But it certainly did have, even though Adam Page did not win against Chris Jericho, that was still a great start for him. Because he's been on quite the journey over the last couple years. You know, with those guys. So yeah, that is the go-home show for Revolution. Let me know what you thought. Now, of course, they also had the countdown to Revolution on right afterwards, and I'll watch that before Mark and I do the predictions on Friday, and we'll chime in about that a little bit. So do me a favor, Mark, if you can watch that show. I mean, it's probably just promos and stuff. There's probably not a whole lot of new footage added to that. I could be wrong, but it's going to be like, interviews and just promos and stuff, leading up to Sunday, going over the card and whatnot. Should be a great show. I'm really excited about it. That's one thing I could say about these quarterly pay-per-views that they've been doing. They've been knocking it out of the park. Absolutely knocking it out of the park. Oh, that's right, Bell's boy. I didn't write that down. Oneida, Japanese deathmatch guy, cut a promo, and when they were talking about Kenny versus Mox, and he gave his whole 2 cents on the upcoming match. So that was actually really cool. You may not know that guy, but if you want to see some true deathmatch excellence from across the ocean, man, go just look up on YouTube. Just look up Oneida Japanese deathmatch, and he's done the barbed wire exploding deathmatch, and it's crazy. So this Sunday's going to be nuts. It really is. Oh, Mark, it's the countdown to Revolution. It's just another, something to promote the pay-per-view this Sunday, going over all the matches, I'm assuming. So if you have the chance to watch it, great. If not, it's okay. But yeah, we'll do that Friday afternoon. We'll have some predictions, so join us for that. Tomorrow night, back over that other little podcast called Total Nonstop Impact. We'll do our throwback for the Thursday throwback of the week, where we're running down all the Asylum shows. Folks, these are gems, and we're having an absolute blast talking about them. If you can't join us, because these really are some hidden treasures going back. I mean, some of the stuff is a little wonky, but man, you see the beginning stages of guys like James Storm, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels. It's so good. And the X Division and the tag team, even the top of the card, you know, guys like Raven and the franchise, Shane Douglas, just incredible to watch. So much fun. So please join us tomorrow night as we go over. Oh, shoot, Mark, please remind me what number we're doing. I think it's number 60, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, join us for that. And on our way out of here, you know what to do. You smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of my content hits your screen. And for your audio, your bone on the go, anchor.fm/smash this podcast. That is literally the anchor for all the audio there. And it goes out to Apple, Spotify, Castbox, Rebel Radio, Bull Run, whatever it's called. So many other little obscure places where you can get your audio podcast. Oh, it's also on Verbal now. VURBL. So wherever you get your audio from, you can look it up on there. And the numbers are slowly increasing. It's great to see. So, and if you catch it on Apple, give it a review. I check it every once in a while. And, that'll help the growth of the podcast as well. So, yes, number 60. There you go. Thanks, guys. So, yeah. And, yes, Pro Wrestling Tees for the merch badness sale for the TNI merch. Brand new, clean, white, beautiful logo t-shirt. Fresh on there. Get you some TNI merch. The code is MADNESS for the Merch Madness sale, 20% off. It's a great sale. And like I said, JAYBONE's working on some stuff for a Patreon, some new merch stuff. And and I want to ask you guys, if you're interested in supporting the Smash This podcast, a brand new Patreon, let me know. Give me some ideas, because I'm new at this. Throw me some ideas what you'd be interested in seeing as far as extra content for the Patreon. So I'm going to be working on that over the course of the next couple months, and it should be up by springtime. So get excited about that. Hopefully some of you will jump in on that, and keep an eye out. There's going to be like a whole new revised Smash This podcast coming out real soon. So it's all in the works, folks. So like I said, smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. We're out of here. We'll be back here on Friday for a double dose of Smash This podcast. Number 1, middle afternoon, Mark and I will do predictions for Revolution, and later that night, we'll cover SmackDown. All right, folks. We'll see you then. Much love. We'll see you tomorrow night over on TNI. Good night.